Amazing. I'm sitting here journaling about what flow over force looks and feels like for me in my life, and what I have been flowing with more naturally, and what I have been forcing in my life unnaturally. That resistance, that like tight pull, that tight ponytail grip on things that just don't feel good anymore, that don't bring me joy, that isn't nourishing, it isn't fulfilling. Yeah, and it's so amazing. I'm in the process of relaunching my old business that I actually shut down at the beginning of this year around like I think it was like April, May. And it's like a 2.0 version. It's not more of like, because it was a content creation studio, so it was like active clients and things like that. It's not client work, it's more of like focused and creative and intentional business tools for people who are seeking client work. So it's kind of like a template shop, but also it's more engaging and like tools that they can use to help them in their business in a way that isn't like me teaching. It's like me giving them the tools, and the material is there. It's not like this active like one-on-one coaching and things like that. But yeah, as I'm in a process of 2.0, and I went on the old business page, Instagram, and I was like going through, I follow kind of like-minded brands, other like social media management businesses and designer businesses and agencies and stuff like that. And I was scrolling, and I just like was so turned off. I don't know, I was just like so turned off by like learning or just hearing about like tips on raising engagement and analytics like you need, and then like the dancing reels and like the staring in the face and all of that. And I was just like, oh my god, it brought me back to when I used to do that. And I'll probably include a clip because I did my first dancing reel for that page, for the Sokomoto page, and it was, of course my dancing was on point, of course I was killing it, but it was like with a trendy sound. And after, I just felt like, it just felt like I was forcing it. It really did. Like, it was fun for me, I loved watching the video, but like for me to continue doing that, no. And that's how I know, as a manifesting generator, no, a generator, as a generator in human design, I knew that when I don't feel it in my gut, when I don't feel that in my sacral response, that it feels good, I know that is not for me. And I'm relearning to trust that. And yeah, and I'm realizing that it's not scary when I trust my intuition, because she does not lie. She does not lie, honey. Okay. But yeah, I'm just sitting here journaling about just flow and force, you know, and how things don't have to be hard. Things don't have to feel like a tug and a pull to get somewhere. For me at least, I don't want to create that in my life. I don't want to feel like, for me to get to something or me to create something for my life, it has to be filled with dis-ease, and it has to be filled with like forcefulness and uncertainty. Of course, uncertainty, well, not uncertainty, uncertainty definitely comes, especially when I'm creating something new. I let those emotions flow and I release, but that like, it doesn't have to be like, I don't know how to describe it, you know, I'm feeling like it doesn't have to be like, ah, I don't want that like, ah, you know what I'm saying, that grind. I don't fuck with it anymore. I did that in a season of my life, and just no longer serving. And so I ask you, what are you forcing in your life right now, right? Like, what are you flowing with? What is bringing you more joy, and what comes more naturally to you, as far as like communication, to meeting new people, to creating something, anything like that? Like, what feels more natural? But yeah, so yeah, I think the context or the intention of this video is like how I live my life with intending to be more at flow than acting out of force, acting out of resistance and strain. There we go, that's what I was looking for, strain. You know what I'm saying? That vein popping out to get something, and I don't want to do that. It's kind of like soft life, but I feel like as we're reading and everyone is talking about these new terms and stuff, I think it's really best for you, or for us, for ourselves, to redefine what that word looks like, because everyone's definition of a soft life may look different, or grinding may look different for you than me or someone else, you know? So it's like, when we use these words, spellcrafting, that's another video, but when we use these words, it's like Okay, be intentional about what that meaning feels like to you. Of course, there's a definition for everything, right? I guess. But when you're using these words like alignment and soft life and ease and peace and love and manifesting and sacredness and yoni, like all of these words that people use or that you've been learning, redefine what that looks and feels like. So yeah, this my baby. I love you. Oh, talking to the people. Damn, you look good. Wow, you are sweating and you smell like spearmint at the same time. Damn, how does he sweat and smell like spearmint and pine needle and lemongrass at the same time? Oof, bless him. It's like to you redefining what, you know, work looks like to you, you know. And I really suggest that you look at human design too, if you can, if you know your birth time and things like that. It is so good. It is so good. I'm telling you, it has literally shapeshifted my entire mind. If you've been feeling called to human design, please, 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 please. I love my girl Jasmine from Aquarian Entrepreneur. I did a human design reading with her. Girl, went in. There's some other people too on Instagram. I'll probably like link some posts in the description if I remember. But girl, child, look, human design is everything. But yeah, it's like so beautiful to incorporate in the spiritual journey and just this journey, this earth realm, you know. But yeah, I just really like, it's been like in this, I guess it's the Aries full moon too coming up, but just has me like thinking and unpacking and like remembering all the ings about a lot of things, and like getting to the root of things, but also like learning like it's okay to not know, and like learning like it's okay to be in the unknown sometimes. Like that's the ego wanting to know everything, but it's like if your intuition is telling you to do something, go somewhere, not be around this person, be around this person, you're called to this, you're not called to this. Like it's like the answers are literally there. And I feel like when we can quiet our mind and sit in stillness and rest and explore our inner world, and also use the tools that we have learned that work for us to exude them externally and to be consistent with that, child, it's amazing. And I'm like unpacking like what rest looks like, because there's this like the rest thing that everyone's been saying, which I'm like so here for it. Like I love that this generation is shapeshifting from that toxic grind culture that I mean our parents has been to, or that maybe we have developed in our earlier lives. Like my parents are baby boomers. My dad's a baby boomer. My mom would have been a baby boomer if she was still in this earth realm. I love you, mommy. But yeah, my dad's a baby boomer, and we have two different perspectives of things, of how what work and grind looks like. And so I'm thinking, like, as people are talking about this soft life and talking about resting, think about what that looks like for you. Yes, there's so much information and inspirational content out here, and I do think there is a balance between taking a rest from receiving that information that you will find online too, because sometimes you need to think for yourself, and sometimes we just need to like just think about what that means for us. Like, yes, we may feel inspired with a post that we find on Instagram and even on YouTube, maybe on this video, but sometimes you have to digest it for yourself and just say, you know what, like this is what it means to me, this is what I gravitated to, and this is what it feels like, you know. And so there's a balance to that, and sometimes I can find myself mindlessly scrolling on Instagram with inspirational content, and sometimes my ego will come out, or my wounded inner child will come out, and she will go, oh, you should be doing more of this, or oh, da 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 da. But I can just like say, you know what, take on what did you gravitate from that video, or what did you gravitate from that post, what felt good, or like what inspired you from that piece of content, and take it like that, not compare it to what you're not doing or what I'm not doing in my life. Yeah, that was a lot. That was like a whole like circle. I've been journaling these, I don't like to say morning, because if you know about spellcrafting, morning, look it up. So instead of saying morning, I say rising. So instead of saying good morning, I say grand rising. But anyway, so there's this book called The Artist's Way. Actually, I'm going to show you the book, The Artist's Way. I've been reading it, well, trying to be more consistent with it every day to read it. But it talks about doing morning pages or rising pages. And you're supposed to do like 3 pages of unfiltered writing, of unfiltered, like getting to the root, all of that. But yeah, I've been doing that and it's been really cool to just write, not even worry about any grammar errors, not even worry about if it makes sense, just put it on the paper, right? And it feels like an entire release, like a whole sigh, man. It's amazing. But yeah, so I'm gonna actually continue reading. That was just a channel message that I felt called to share, but many blessings to you. And yeah, definitely think about just flow over force in your beautiful life. And I'm sending you love.